Okay, so I'm gonna introduce myself first, right? Um, my name is Zuani Kamal. Fourth year medical student, and I'm living here like for 4 years, and I'm studying at the same time. And through those 4 years, I was thinking and trying to comprehend how Russian people think and behave. So, in order to adapt to that culture and start um, being around those people and feeling comfortable more around. So first we gonna start with the term culture. What's the meaning of culture? Um, Culture includes modes of thinking and behavior that transmitted from one generation to another. So through interaction between group of people, it may be family member, friends, colleagues, etc. And it also, in all cultures, there are group of norms, right? And social codes that everybody in certain culture has to obey. Like, for example, um, right? Right? Good. Okay, perfect. So those social codes and norms, everyone has to obey and to follow. In every culture, you got ways to eat, ways to dress up, ways to talk, right? And you have to follow those social codes in order to be one of that group. Here we're gonna talk about culture gap after explaining the meaning of culture. Culture gap, in a sum, it means the clash or the misunderstood between two cultures or more. So here, in Russia, I find it so weird that most of the females, right, if they want to go, tend to be so focused about that. Like, if they want to go to groceries for bread, okay, or take dog for a walk, they have to dress up so properly, like this, right? And in my culture, this is so weird because if you want to go for bread or walk your dog, we dress up like that. All right? So yeah, but for you it's okay, but for us it's kind of weird. All right. So the next thing that I want to talk about is greetings. In all over the world, people they handshake, right? They handshake for greeting. But in Morocco, we do la bise, which called cheek kissing, right? So if you meet up a friend of you, you have to kiss him actually. Um, uh, and it depends. It depends in which region in Morocco. Like for example, I'm from Marrakesh. It's the center, right? We do two kisses, right? Like right? In the north, they do three. In the south, they do four. So first, you have to know the person that you're gonna kiss, who is from, right? So yeah, and I'm gonna tell you a short story that happened to me last year. Last year I was in Morocco for 1 month and a half. Then I came here, and a friend of mine is Russian. He called me and he said, "Yo, we didn't see each other like for a long time. We have to meet up." And I say, "Yeah, I'm up for it." Then we meet up, and in my mind, I had those Moroccan cultures, right? Stuff. So when I met him, I was like, and he was like, "Oh, hold on." when did you decide be a gay? It was his reaction, by the way, like this. So now let's switch gears and talk about hot or cold culture. There is a classification of cultures. There are two types of cultures. The first one is hot culture, which means the culture that people that are taking this culture are more social. They are more emotional, right? In Morocco, people, they are so emotional and they are so social. Like, for example, you can sit, take a bus, right? Have a seat, and after 2 stations, you already have 3 friends. Yeah, it's not the same thing here. And cold culture is the culture of those countries who are not social that much, right? And I think Russia is kind of cold culture, right? But not after this, right? Yeah, this is the trigger, right? To switch from cold culture to hot culture. Yeah. So, I'm gonna tell you a story. But before the story, I will explain to you the difference between 2 cultures as an example, like Moroccan one and Russian one. Like here in Russia, in Morocco, right? Let's start with Morocco. Let's take it that way. In Morocco, people, they need to contribute to groups. Like we live in groups, right? Like you can find someone who is already 30 and he is already married and still living with his family. And it's okay in Morocco, right? It's not the same here. But in Russia, children are raised to be self-efficient, independent, right? So yeah, then I will tell you this story from my first year here in Russia. It's a tragic story. It was October and it was snowing. I went to the store, right, for groceries. So I got the groceries, then I went back home. I'm on my way. It was so slippery and I fall down, right? Then when I fell down, I was expecting people to help me out, stand up, but no one cares. And I was so frustrated, and I was thinking in my mind, like, those people are so rude. Why they didn't help? Maybe because of my skin? I was playing the race card. Then I just stood up, and like right after that, suddenly, another young man also fall down, and he's Russian, and nobody cares of him. Like people, they were passing by, and no one cares of him. Then, sadly, I changed my mind like 180 degrees and start thinking, why those people didn't help him or me? Because in Morocco, if you fall down, people gonna help you, but they're gonna laugh, right? Here in Russia, it's quite different. So I was thinking, like, why those people didn't help me or the other one? Like, it has nothing to do with that I'm stranger, right? So that's the problem. That was the problem. Like, here in Russia, kids are raised to be self-sufficient and independent, right? So they do have this out-shelf culture, right? Yeah, that's it. And I do have a home message to take with you guys is that don't perceive others' behaviors based on your culture. Like, for example, that situation that happened to me, if I saw this situation through my culture glass, that you're supposed to help me stand up, right? It's not gonna work because people here, they don't think that way, right? Thank you.